Hello, children. Are you ready for some cutting up and kikiing? Are you ready for a gay old time? Well, I hope you are, because now it's time for Hey Qween with your host, Jonny McGovern.
Hey Qween, come on and spill the tea. Hey Qween, it's just a good old-fashioned kiki. Hey Qween, we're cutting up with Jonny. Hey, 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 hey Qween.
Hello, my delightful dumplings, and welcome to another Driggity Drag episode of Hey Qween with me, your host, Jonny McGovern. Honey, I'm super duper excited about today's episode. We have a legendary queen in the studio today, and I can't wait to get her on the Sparkle Couch. This queen can work it and work it good, baby. She's got style and she's got class. From RuPaul's Drag Race, I'm talking about Delta Works. Now, before she peacocks herself out here to give me life, I need to tell you about another queen who can work the house down boots. She's the floating marshmallow in my hot chocolate of life. She puts the homo in Homo sapien. She's cool, bejeweled, and she can make a thug drool. It's Miss Lady Red Couture. Wow. Wow.
Queen.
No words are necessary. Wow.
It's a lot going on. I know.
Wow.
I look like the Bob Mackie Barbie. Just a bunch of stuff.
The Bob Mackie Barbie, to say the least. There's so many things you look like today.
It's just so much, right?
You could be Zeus's wife, Hera.
Ooh.
From the Real Housewives of Mount Olympus. Very grand.
Oh, just so much fun. You know, why not? Just let it all hang out some days.
I don't think anything is hanging out. I think it's pushed, plucked, lifted, tucked, twisted, smushed. That bracelet on your head is looking real good.
Don't it look great?
Don't move too much.
I gotta sit still. They crowned her, but it's not exactly on.
Exactly. Well, honey, that is something
I'm just
else.
having a good day. Having a good day, you know.
Looking good, feeling good.
And whenever we have a big girl, I always have to represent and be gorgeous for them.
Oh, so you're secretly competitive and you want to show up our guest.
Shut up.
Well, our guest today is a good old friend of yours.
Yes, I love her so much.
And honey, our guest today is an Emmy winner, sweetie.
How about that? How about that?
So it even makes it even more appropriate that you look like a gorgeous golden statuette.
Ting, that's the clue.
Ah, very good. Well, let's get this big show started. We'll be right back with Delta Work after this very gay break. We are back. Honey, our guest today has legendary lip sync skills, award-winning wig styling skills, and her Facebook rants are savage as fuck. It's the legendary Delta Work! Yay!
Thank you for having me again, Jonny.
Welcome home, sweetie.
And it's a renovated home. It's new and
Yes, it
beautiful.
is. We've done it.
I love it.
Last time we had you was on one of my favorite underrated Hey Qween moments, was our big first Christmas special.
Yes, yes. You had us doing a sing-along.
Yes.
And you foreshadowed my future.
That's true.
You did.
Tell us that story.
We were, I think it was me and Tammy Brown, and our verse of the 12 Days of Christmas was Queens snatching trophies.
Mm-hmm.
You put that out there for me.
Yes, I was the Nostradamus of drag.
Yes.
Little did we all know at that moment, but you would snatch the biggest trophy of them all. We have an Emmy-award winner in the house, everyone. Wow.
Exciting.
So amazing. Lady Red, aren't you glad you dressed up as a big Emmy today? Because we got the Emmy winner.
I mean, you gotta represent when that girl is in the house. Yes, for big girls, for smart girls, and especially for girls who are lip sync assassins.
Yes.
Me and Red go way back. Everything comes full circle.
You also had some fun stuff happen since we last saw you. Adele brought you on stage.
She did.
In your Adele drag, which let me tell you, sweetie, is so on
my
point.
God,
There you are
amazing.
together.
Oh, there it is. Yeah. And we didn't know it was actually going to happen until the night that I was there, and we were like all the way at the top, and she was like, Adele shared a story about being in LA and getting very, very tanned. And so she said that she was wearing a lot of makeup. So if I look like a drag queen, that's sort of intentional, but there actually is a drag queen here. And so she pointed out, I know you're up here somewhere. And so we had to make our way down. And we finally got to the bottom of the service stairs, I guess they were, and there was no door handle.
No.
And we were banging and banging and banging. It was myself and Lori and Detox.
Oh my God.
Was with us. My partner was with us. And finally they opened the door and there was, security was like, you can't be back here. This is absolutely off limits. And we were begging and begging, begging, and there was one guy at the concession stand that left his line and came all the way over. He's like, that's Delta. I promise you, she called him. And if it wasn't for this kid saying that, we would have honestly probably not been able to get through. But it was just one gay kid. There's always one gay kid.
Oh my God.
We're everywhere. We're everywhere.
You know what? God bless you. Always know there's some drag race fan in there selling hot dogs, doing whatever it takes to get you right where you need to go.
He really did. And those doors opened and the security guard came and it was so surreal because I'd never been on the floor I guess, of a concert like that. And you could just see all of them. And I swear all of the faces that I saw were like essentially all gay people that were like, that's Delta, that's Delta. They knew, you know, it's like, as much as it's a big community, it's also in LA, a community of people that you just kind of see over and over.
Yeah.
And so it was neat to share that experience with people that were happy for me that was happening. You know, when you see a celebrity that you impersonate for the first time, it's a weird experience because you really, as a drag queen, usually only get to see other men impersonating them.
Sure.
So when Adele first came out, you know, she was very young and she kind of had a fuller face than she does now. So people just assumed that she was this big presence. Mm-hmm. So then when they immediately, every other drag queen that was a big girl was like, I'm impersonating Adele.
Yeah.
And then when I saw her in person, I'm like, oh, she's tiny and she's just very curvy.
Right.
The same way, you know, as long as I've known Chad Michaels, it was many years later that I would meet Cher and realize like, oh, Cher looks like Cher, and Cher is much smaller than Chad. But in my mind, the only Cher I ever knew was Chad Michaels.
Right, the one you saw up close.
Yeah, which is dead on, but it's just such a different experience when you see them, and you're like, this is not what I've imagined in my mind.
Right.
But it was
you look different than you did at Hamburger Mary's.
Yeah, your dick is way smaller.
All right, Delta, you are an Emmy award-winning hairstylist.
Yes.
We'll get all into that later, but first we've created a game just for you.
I'm ready.
It's time for Hair Do and Hair Don't.
Oh shit.
Oh shit. We're gonna show you a hairstyle, and you're just gonna tell us whether it's a hair do or hair don't using your Emmy-winning expert opinion.
Okay.
All right, let us begin. Take a look. Oh, the Lady Bunny and about 1,000 wigs.
Hair do for sure. I love Bunny and I love all of Bunny's hair. And when we used to do the show Drag You,
oh yeah,
from World of Wonder, I assisted Matthew on that show. That's sort of how that whole working with Ru's wigs came about, is that myself, Raven, Chanel, a few of us worked on Drag You. So that seed was sort of planted a long time ago where maybe this might evolve into something else, of whether it's assisting or taking the reins, whatever. But Matthew was working on one of Bunny's wigs, and it was the first time I ever saw a wig that had a basket inside of it.
Oh, wow.
Because, you know, there's tricks to stuffing wigs with whether it's another wig or some sort of stuffing or plastic bags, but this needed structure because like that you just saw, it wasn't that big, but it was pretty big.
Yeah.
And I was like, what goes into that? And he just took that thing apart and I'm like, Matthew, I don't understand. Like, and it was a basket.
Wow.
So those things, they're built on shit. I don't know what they're built on. Aside from a basket, there might be other stuff.
Right.
But Bunny has crazy hairdo for sure.
100%. The secrets of the wig. I love it. Hair do or hair don't? Oh.
yeah.
Oh.
You know, I like to look at certain things like this, which is a hair don't.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, how could it just be reworked?
That's what I always wondered, because I don't know anything about wigs, and poor Dita Ritz gets a lot of grief for that wig, which looked a little crunchy. Now, why does a wig look bad? What are the things that make something come off looking crunchy? What didn't happen with that wig?
What didn't happen with that? I don't think there's anything wrong with that wig, actually. That wig just needed just to be revitalized a little bit. Sometimes it's not just washing it. I'm sure the wig was washed, but then you have to steam it out, and then you have to put a new curl or a new wave pattern into it. Maybe something around the hairline to make it look a little more realistic. You know, wigs have changed quite a bit. When I was on Drag Race, we only had the teased hairlines. You remember, Red, when we would do the teased hairline and then you'd comb it in and then you'd get scissors and sort of cut into it. The first person I ever saw with a lace front wig was Manila on my season.
Really?
Yeah, and we were all gathered around like, what? Where does this come from? Like, you must be a zillionaire. You must be rich. It was almost like a tale that somewhere in the world exists lace front wigs.
Wow.
And it was so new to us. Now they are a lot more affordable. Of course, you get what you pay for, and you try to mix in as much as you can. Drag queens aren't zillionaires. All of us are
not all of them.
Some are. Some
yes,
are.
They are.
Some that are told that they're beautiful instead of talented or talented. I don't want to go that part. That's the next segment. So what that wig needed was just to be revitalized. It needed, again, it's probably clean, but sometimes you overuse product in it and it just starts to look too greasy, or maybe you don't give a proper haircut to the ends of it, start to get fried. Because the girls wear sequin dresses, and that hair just kind of friction rubs. And as much as you can revitalize wigs and save them, sometimes they've just got to go. I don't know if it's the case with that wig, but I have plenty of wigs that I still push around. And my trick is that I'll style something that I want to wear, and it'll maybe have a nice wave pattern to it. And then after wearing it for a while and trying to clean the lace as much as I can, the next phase will be that I'll shake it out, and then it'll be a wavy version of that.
Oh, okay.
And then the next phase is, okay, now I'm going to wave it over here and pin flowers in it. And then finally you're like, okay, you need to comb it out, you need to wash it, you need to reset it, or you need to set it on fire.
Right.
One or the other.
That's good advice.
Yeah.
All right, hair do or hair don't? Oh, yes.
This is a perfect example. That actually is J. Jolie impersonating me on her season.
Oh, really?
Yes. So she was impersonating me in the Untucked room when I was wearing that sort of mermaidy
Oh, yeah,
thing.
yeah.
They had to come up with their own version of that. And I think her wig definitely looked better than the wig that I wore. Because listen, you don't go on Drag Race thinking that you're busted.
Right.
You do find out along the way, like, you looked kind of busted. And of course, I look back, this is now, been 8 years.
Yeah.
So things have changed again. Affordable lace front wigs have changed. I feel like there's more at people's disposal now than we had then.
Yeah.
And so now there's kind of like no excuse. Even if you're limited on funds, I think you just have to beg, borrow, and steal when you get on that show. You know what I mean?
Hair do or hair don't? Oh, Miss Tatiana.
You know what? It's hard for Tatiana to be a don't in anything because she's so goddamn
She
beautiful.
is gorgeous.
She's so beautiful.
That's she was 19 or whatever she was, 21.
And that's a year before us, so they had even less.
They did.
She killed it. She looked gorgeous. I don't want to, I wouldn't wear that, but I'm not the same beauty that she is. I think that's another one that just needs to be sort of reworked and revitalized.
Sure.
That's all it needs.
Hey Queens, thanks for watching. For part 2 of this interview, click here. For more Hey Queen fabulousness, click here. And of course, don't forget to subscribe.